is Netty and I have a bit of a catch-22 for you guys, and I'm going to be calling this video "Putting Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, WWE/TNA," because we've got two upcoming pay-per-views within a week of each other. We've got Destination X on the 10th, and we've got Money on the Bank on the 17th. Now the question is, where do you put your money? Now I know a lot of us, we watch streams and we get it for free and we don't really think about it, but we've got two instances here where whether we buy the pay-per-view is going to define what we watch. Now WWE wise, they're going to put the emphasis on Punk's future in the WWE and that sort of promo and that more mature content onto the sales of Money in the Bank, because WWE doesn't give things a big chance to work. It never has. As I'm sure some of you have seen Doc Pepper's video very much saying the similar sort of thing, is that WWE never gives storylines a long time to work out. So they are going to base whether they go with this on how the Money in the Bank pay-per-view sells. So that's the kind of put your money where your mouth is. If you want a more Attitude Era-esque WWE, if you want slightly more mature content, if you want more promos like the one CM Punk did, then you need to be buying Money in the Bank. But in the same token, all of us who've sat there and bitched and bitched and bitched and bitched at TNA for not putting more emphasis on the X Division, for not giving their homegrown talent a chance to shine, for wasting all of their airtime on boring veteran matches that we don't want to see. If you don't buy Destination X, then we're absolutely the 10% of people who just talk and don't do. We have, if you want the TNA you've been asking for the past well over a year and then some, if you want that TNA, you have to put your money where your mouth is and buy Destination X. You have to put the money forward and say, look, this is the TNA we are willing to pay for. And you can say it as much as you like, but if you don't back it up with the money, they don't give a shit. You have to remember, wrestling companies are businesses and money talks. So unless you are willing to put your money where your mouth is and actually buy a pay-per-view when the company is going in the direction that you want it to go in, then why should they listen to you? Why would any company put out a product if the people who are asking for it aren't willing to pay for it? Because if you're not willing to pay for it, then as far as they're concerned, you're a pointless audience, because they're not there for the hell of it. They're there to make money. So the question is, are you willing to put your money where your mouth is? Are you willing to put your money where your mouth is with WWE and say, what we want is that more mature content, what we want is promos like CM Punk's, what we're interested in is that those sort of angles? Then yeah, you've got to pay for the pay-per-view and say, yes, you're going in the direction we want you to go in. With TNA, if you want the X Division back on top, if you want to see exciting wrestling, if you want the TNA that we had in 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, If that is the TNA you love, if that is the TNA where you've got so pissed off and not being able to see it, you've stopped watching, which I must admit I did since lockdown. I barely watched until I started seeing these promos for Destination X, and seriously, they are giving you the chance to prove that you are willing to pay for the TNA that you want. And if you don't do it, they're not going to do it again. It's that simple. Because you've got to prove to Eric Bischoff and to all of the guys talking in Dixie's ear saying, oh, these people who are asking for all this stuff, they're not the ones who buy pay-per-views, blah, 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 blah. You've got to prove them wrong. You've got to put your money where your mouth is. So, if you want Attitude Era, a more Attitude-esque era style WWE, you have to buy Money in the Bank. If you want the TNA we used to have before Hogan and Bischoff came and fucked it up, you've got to buy Destination X. So my question for you is, are you willing to put your hard-earned money where your mouth is?